Hey guys, MaxLPQueen here, and welcome back to some more Apex Legends quest. So today we're going to be reading through Chapter 2, the Detached Chaperone, and then continuing on with the next part, of course, which will be the mission that follows afterwards. So let's get going and see what's going on. Mirage for Wraith. I repeat, this is Mirage for Wraith. Do you copy, Wraith? Today's the day, I think to myself. Today's the day I finally snap and kill him. Go for Wraith. What you doing? Yep, definitely the day I kill him. Same thing I was doing 5 minutes ago when you asked. Running surveillance on Octane's date. Yeah, we're fighting prowlers. Scary, nasty rabbit prowlers. It's really exciting. Not as exciting as chaperoning a date, but exciting. I'm turning on the recording device. Don't radio in again. Is your heart racing? Is your adrenaline pumping? I need updates every 60 seconds. Here's an update. It's not going so well, and you're not helping. Oh no, is it an appetizer crisis? Goodbye, Mirage. Did he eat his salad with the wrong I disconnected the comm. Turned my focus back to Octane's date with Yoko. She's the chief of staff for Cheryl Amasi, who heads up Hammond's legal department. Basically, she's the woman who makes it easy for Hammond to get away with everything. And we sent in a guy with all the subtlety of a jackhammer. So, you said you had a question about one of Cheryl's meetings last week? Cheryl Amasi, right. Yeah, she had some secret meeting with the new chick Loba. I was supposed to ask you what that was all about. Note to self, never send Octane undercover again. Oh, I see. So the only reason we're out here right now is so you can find out details about my boss's meetings behind closed doors and totally put my job at risk? Why am I doing this again? 'Cause I can get Lifeline's autograph for you? And why would I care about Lifeline's autograph? 'Cause I can get Bangalor's autograph for you? For real? Bangalore never hangs around for signings after a match. That would be a collector's item for sure. Are the two of you friends or something? Sure. Two peas in a pod. We're like twins. Octane, you make a terrible spy, but you stumble into wins more than anybody else I know. Well, you didn't hear this from me, but my boss wanted to talk to Loba about what she was after in the warehouse under Skulltown. Something called a source code. Cool. Apparently, this code was teleported out of the bunker by some kind of security system before Loba could grab it. Awesome. Nodding head. My boss can get Loba the coordinates where the source code went, but she wants something in return. She wants... Wait, did you just say nodding head? What is that noise? I ripped my headphones off. Are my ears bleeding? Where did that feedback come from? Mirage for Wraith, do you copy? Mirage! I said not to radio while I was working with the... But what he tells me next stops me dead in my tracks. I waste no time, open a portal, and appear behind Octane, startling Yoko. Senior plans. We gotta go. Oh good, I was dying of void. But we're already moving through the void. I relay Mirage's message to him. 2 words that send a chill down our spines. Watson's down. When we get to Mirage's bar, it's chaos. What happened? We're stationed inside the, not you, path. What happened? We were scoping out the nest and Watson told us she was going to plant fences. We didn't realize she went into the building. By the time we got inside, there was nothing to do but be sad. I'm still sad, friend. I see Caustic standing over Watson's bed. I looked at Pathfinder, confused. Not the guy I expected to hold vigil. He hasn't left our side since we got back. I don't keep many friends. The girl in the bed is in my top 3. Caustic acknowledges me with a sad nod of understanding. It's a look I've never seen on his face before. It's almost sympathetic. To everyone else, he and I are outsiders. To Natalie, we're family. Somehow, we got on the bad path, and now how do we get off of it? You'll make a full recovery. What matters now is finding the other half of the Gemini. Caustic has her pinned against the wall by the throat before I even realized he can move that fast. Should Miss Paquette's condition worsen, you will live out your days so unrecognizable you'll beg me for death. She gasped when he drops her, her hand pressed to her throat as he storms out of the room. Is this all worth it, Loba? All these pieces, this artifact, is it worth all this suffering? It's everything. Why? What is it? I already told you. All I know is that it's a piece of... I'm not talking about the artifact. I'm talking about the source code. What is it? Her eyes go wide when I mention it. I struck a nerve. She opens her mouth, starts to say something, but a different voice answers. My voice. 3 words. He's above you. And I know who it is before I even have a chance to look up. I have a better question, girlies. When were you going to tell me there's a whole world out there where I'm worshipped like a god? As I reach for my kunai and try to piece together how long he's been up there, I realize I was wrong earlier. This isn't the bad path we're on. We chose the worst path. Okay. Well, that was a good chapter there. We got a bit of some information on that one. That was pretty interesting. But next up is going to be the Liberated arc, and that'll be the next chapter. But first, we're going to go into the mission, of course. That will be what we will be doing next. So I went through the next mission here by myself this time. I didn't have any help, which really this mission is super easy. It's really not that hard at all. I obviously make it look incredibly difficult because of how terrible I am, but if you let those prowlers gang up on you, you're basically screwed, and I usually do that all the time. So I finally get to be Loba this time, and I decided to go with her, because you'll probably see why here in a second once we start the mission. So we're gonna enter the Revenants. It looks like we have company. Let's make our guests feel at home. So we're gonna go in and be a shadow, which is very interesting. So I went with Loba on this one. Welcome to the shadows. Okay, so this one basically is pretty easy. All you have to do is attack the totems. There are 8 totems in all, and then after you attack the totems, you will go and find another missing artifact piece, and after you find the artifact piece, you're pretty much done. So this is a very simple mission. It's not why I decided to go by myself and do the mission. It's just whoever I usually have doing the missions with me, I will usually ask before we start. And if they don't answer, then I just go on by myself. So I got up early this morning, and when I did this and decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do the mission. It's available. I have time. So I'll go ahead and do it right now. As my dog is barking in the background, if you can hear that. Sorry about that. Usually never a recording that can go by without me having to have some type of interruption, but that was what I actually wanted to kind of talk to you guys about in this one, since it's so short, is the way that I've been doing the story so far is I've kind of been doing the, like, after you finish each mission, only 1 totem left. Don't you like my games? Revenant, as you're interrupting me right now when I'm right in the middle of a sentence, of course. But we got all of those. Fine, have your skin suit back. Not that it'll help you. So now we have to go ahead and find the artifacts since we're done with the shadow stuff. But anyway, what I usually have been doing is after you complete each mission, at the end, they will let you read through the next part of the story. And I will usually go ahead and not do that. I will read through the story before we start the next one, like I've been doing. So the chapter that we just read was at the end of the last chapter, the last mission that we did, which was with Watson. So the reason why they were talking about Watson being down and everything is because that was the chapter that we had read through whenever you completed the mission. So I don't know if I want to keep doing it the way that I've been doing it. What I've been doing is I've been reading through these things kind of afterwards. So I'm kind of doing it a little backwards. I'm actually going through and reading the end of the story before we go to the next part of the mission. So we're going to read about this mission right here next episode, which I think sometimes is kind of a little confusing as I die, of course, because I decided to use a Phoenix kit whenever they were trying to attack me, which is so dumb. I don't know why I did that. So I decided to be smart this time and actually stand around the artifact piece this time and not run away from it. But anyway, yeah, I'm not sure if I want to keep doing it like this or not. In my opinion, doing it like this has kind of been working out better because that way we get to read a piece of the story and then afterwards we get to do the mission. So I kind of want to continue doing it like this, but I know it can get a bit confusing for you guys. So just, I mean, if this works out, then, you know, you don't have to say anything. But if it's not working out for you, then let me know. And I will actually go and try to change it up. And maybe we will read through the next part of the story after we do the mission. So we'll do the mission and then we'll read through the next part of the story. And we'll do it backwards, but I actually like doing the story first, and then after we do the story, going off and doing the next part. So we're going to go here into the green screen, of course, which we don't want to see any of that. We're going to go to what we got, our reward for this, which is going to be the gem, and then of course the Gemini core. The second process core, identified as CC type, was seemingly entangled to the XG twin in a Gemini configuration. The crystal matrices in these cores required constant power cycling from an external source to stay pliable and functional. When power was lost, they hardened and went dormant. Okay, so that is the rewards and the things that you are going to get afterwards. But yes, here it is, Chapter 3. This is what we are going to be reading through next. So I'm going to go ahead and just leave this here. We're not going to read through this. Because the way I've been doing it, like I said, is I've been reading through these chapters before we do the missions. So I kind of think it makes more sense that way. You guys let me know what you think. But for now, I think we're going to go ahead and just get on out of here. So this mission was pretty simple mission. Not too much to it, but I'm actually really enjoying the quest so far. I wish we didn't have to wait so long between days to do these, but I know they've scheduled this whole entire event throughout the whole entire season of the game. So all through Season 5, we're going to be doing these events, which I guess does make sense, but they could kind of just have it like an everyday thing, which would be cool as well. But obviously they decided to go this route, which is a little bit different. So I think that's going to be it for this one. But let me know what you think. You want us to keep reading through the stories before we start the missions? Then we'll totally keep doing that. That's what I plan on doing so far. But if not, then I will go ahead and do the missions first, and then we can probably read through the story afterwards. It just depends on what you think, and if you don't think anything of it, then I'll continue to do it the way I have been doing it. I've tried to put these out pretty much as quickly as I can, because I do know that I am a little bit behind everyone else on the story stuff, because this has already happened and I haven't posted it as of right now when I'm recording it, so I'm gonna stop rambling on and talking. But this is gonna be it for me, and I will see you guys in the next one, the Liberated Narc.